Hello guys, Granny here, and today is a kind of a different video. I shall be giving you a, let's say a desk setup of the room I record in. Yeah, most of my videos so far have been on, well, mainly Euro Truck. I did have a car mechanic sim video come in like a first look, but there was a couple of things iffy about that video. One of them was that I didn't commentate on it. There was a reason behind that, but I can't remember that reason. And the I can't even remember what I'm saying now. The second problem is I can't remember what it was. Let me check. This has happened much. This is what's wrong with it? Yeah, and the quality. That's what. Sorry about that. The quality of the video is not the best. Another game I have featured on my channel was Shopping Simulator, which was a special Christmas game from Game. So yeah, I've got no notes, nothing's been prepared. The room's pretty much standard state, which to me is messy. So yeah, I'm gonna show you how I record videos, my computer's setup, and how I'm recording this video since I don't have a professional camera or a professional microphone for a camera. So I'm going to go through how I have recorded this video. So I shall see you in the next segment. And I'm back with the computer part of the video. Well, when I say computer, I mean the desk. I've done this take about 3 times. Both times I've said computer part when I really mean desk, because it's the desk setup. I'm going to be going through this setup and this setup. So yeah, I'll start with this one first, since this is my main gaming rig. This is the case for it. The case is a Corsair 300R, very nice case. It's just that these mesh panels are just a bit flimsy. As you can see, mine has dented in a bit due to a falling object, which I can't be bothered talking about. So apart from that, it's a very nice case. As you can see, I'll go through the specs of the computer in a sec once I've gone through the actual desk setup. Let's go through the monitors first, I think. This is my secondary monitor. It's a BenQ FP71G Plus. Few years old. I've had this monitor about since 2010. I got it. My granddad gave it me because at that time I had a Dell Optiplex GX620 and I needed a higher resolution monitor than that one, which is only a 1024x768 monitor. So I needed that one for more pixels, basically. This monitor, this is a Zalman. Not too sure what the model is. It's a Trimon 3D monitor. Very nice monitor. In fact, it's not that I know it's 3D monitor, but I don't do a lot of 3D work. I've experimented with it and it does work quite well, but I don't do a lot of 3D work because it's just not me really. My granddad does a lot of 3D work because he gave me this monitor to me, so I use this. It's very good. It's a very nice monitor for video editing and photo editing, because since it's made for 3D graphics, you get really clear pictures from the monitor. So it's a really nice monitor. Had this for quite a while now, and so yeah, I like this. And the third monitor, bit controversial whether I should do this. Well, talk about it now or talk about it when I do my second desk setup. I think I'll talk about it now. I'll explain how it's all set up in a sec once I go through the specs. This is a third monitor that I use with this computer. I only use it at times. Most of the time it's turned off. I only use this monitor for viewing video as well on Adobe Premiere, which I'm on Adobe Premiere now, but I'm only rendering a video. I'm not editing or anything because I've already done the edits. And I got bored of waiting for the encoding, so I decided to do this video. It's an Acer P196HQV monitor. I've had this for about 3 years now. Not a bad monitor, but I won't say it's the best monitor I had. I used to use this as main monitor, but I had to switch that just because this monitor's got a very dodgy backlight, and it goes through phases. It's not, touch wood, it's not been off. The backlight's not been dodgy for me for about 5 months now, but it went through a period when it was being super dodgy and it was really annoying. So I had to swap that out because it was doing me head in. And since I've set it up with this computer, well, this setup, it's been alright. This monitor's through VGA with this computer, and these two are on DVI. I think, well, around about now is the I'll go through the specs and I'll do my keyboard and mouse. The specs, I'll pull the specs up. Is there a pause break button on this keyboard? No, there isn't. Let's go on to start. This PC. System properties. Alright. As you can see, well, you might not be able to see it. Quite blurry. I don't know how to do manual autofocus, and I can't be bothered, but I'll read it out to you. It's got an Intel Core i3 processor. It's a Core i3 2020. I thought it was 3330, but then thinking about it, that's an i5. It's at 3.3 GHz. I get the numbers confused. 8 GB of memory, but 7.8 is only usable. And 64-bit operating system, obviously, and it's I do have a pen and touch, but I've not got it plugged in at the moment. As you can see, it is running Windows 8.1. But it says Windows 8 up there, but there it says 8.1, and I've got the start button. It's a very nice, very nice computer for the money I got it for. I got it for about £500. I paid for this computer. This including, well, not including the hard drives. I'll go through the keyboard and mouse now, and then I'll do the hard drive setup. Let's go through the mouse first, since it's the most boring. HP X4000, I think this mouse is. Yeah, X4000 says around about there. Don't think you can see it. Anyway, it's a very nice mouse. I've had this for about 3 months now. Originally I used this mouse, which is a crappy Microsoft one, but I decided to get this mouse because the scroll wheel was being really dodgy. I probably need to clear out, and as you can see, it's quite shiny because that's the wear. So I now use that mouse with this computer, along with the keyboard, which uses the same nano receiver. The keyboard on this computer is a Cooler Master Quick Fire TK keyboard. Very nice keyboard. You can get 3 versions of this. One version with the Cherry MX red switches, one version with the Cherry MX brown switches, and one version, which is what I've got, which is with the Cherry MX blue switches. Some people that are only into the some people might not understand what that means. The red colour switches. Basically, the red switches are quite quiet and sound like a normal keyboard, I think. I've never used reds. I've used them, but I can't remember what they're like. The brown switches is a mixture between the blues and the reds. It's quite quiet, but you still get the nice feeling when you type. And blue switches, which is my favourite, to be honest, comes with a tactile feeling, and it comes with the clattering noise, as you can hear. So a very nice keyboard. As another reason why I chose this keyboard, because it lights up. I mean, so I can just have the WSAD keys lit up, or I go for the full keyboard. To hold on, turn that off for a sec. Just need to demonstrate something. As you can see, there's about 5 keys that aren't lit up, which are these keys down here, the function keys, and the F12 key. To make this key light, these group of keys light up, you need to turn numblock off. So turn numblock off, as you can see, that light goes off, and these come on. These come on whether you've got when you got numblock off. These always come on whether you've got the whole keyboard lit up or not. Just to represent that you can use these keys. I'm not too sure if I like that or not. It doesn't bother me too much, but I don't want my keyboard lit up all the time just because it's unnecessary. And to make this key light up, all we need to, because it's the function lock key, you hold the function key down, and then it lights up. To make this key light up, you need to, if the function locks on, then you can use the bottom half of these keys. Well, the functions that these come with. So now I can turn the backlight on and off without having to hold the function key down. Basically locks that key pressed down. So to turn this one on, all I need to do is press that. That key basically disables the Windows button. So if you're in a game and you press Windows button, nothing happens. Which can be very handy for games like Battlefield 4 and Grand Theft Auto 4 on PC. Let me turn the backlight off now, as I don't need it on. Oops. There we go. So that's my keyboard. Cost £75. This keyboard. It's kind of worth the money, but yeah, I like it. So I did a typing test on both of these keyboards. This, by the way, is a Microsoft 800 keyboard, I think. Let's see. Yeah, wireless keyboard 800. Probably can't see that. So I did the typing test on this. I'm not the world's best typer, so bear that in mind. But with this keyboard, I get 80 words per minute, and with this keyboard, I get 60 words per minute. So it's quite a difference in that. Right, over to well, I'll do me rest of the desk now. As you can see, it's quite messy. This is what it's like on a daily basis for me. Here I've got 3D glasses. God, I've cancelled that rendering by accident. Oh well, let's close that down. I'll go through the software part of the computer in a sec. Here I've got a screwdriver. It's only here because I'm not trying to put it away yet, because I was using it earlier. Here I've got 3D glasses, farming sim there, because I lent it to someone and they gave it me back, and I've not a chance to file it away. Under farming sim, I've got a tablet, one of those graphics design ones. Also, I've got my keyboard and mouse. Here, this is, I won't call this the naughty corner just because it sounds weird since they're on my desk, but every single one of these chocolates I don't really like, so I'll probably end up giving them to my mum or something. Here I've got a USB keep calm and backup drive. I've got the lid for it somewhere. Let me put the lid on. There we go. So I've got the keep calm and backup drive. 8 gigs of memory on that. Here I've got a SanDisk Cruiser Fact 16 gig drive. I use this for all my college work and that stays on there. Here I've got a 1 gigabyte drive, which not really been using that. This one is a 8 gigabyte, another 8 gigabyte max Maxell drive. Actually only found this drive the other day, so I've not really been using it. It's got nothing on it. I've already checked that. And this one is a 256 megabytes Dane Elec drive, which I've had for about 10 years now. As you can see, it's showing its age, and I lost the lid for it. Easily done. Don't use that drive often. Here we have a pen. Then we've got the camera, which takes very nice photos. Actually, I've had this for about 7 years now. Takes very nice photos, but the video quality on this camera is absolutely appalling. The camera I'm using at the moment is actually my phone, which is recording in 720p. So the quality of this video should be alright. I've got two SD cards and one converter, which converts a micro SD card. So I can plug this into a normal SD slot. I don't really use that. I just use the lead for my phone. Just because when I'm taking the SD card out of this phone, it involves taking the battery out, which I'm not a big fan of doing because it's a bit of a pain with the back cover. Here I've got a CD marker because I write on a lot of CDs. Here I've got a whiteboard marker because up there I have a whiteboard. Yeah, the date's wrong. It's actually the 3rd of January 2015. Here I've got I've got all my software in here. That same slideshow, I think. Yeah, that's something for college. Basically, I've just got a load of CDs I used to have lying around, piled up, so I just put them in there. Christmas cards there, because Christmas just finished, which I'll probably take that down tomorrow, I think, put them away. Wine glass, that's normally downstairs, but by the way, I don't drink wine. This had Pepsi in, and here I've got a Pepsi Max can. Kind of obsessed with Pepsi Max. Here I've got a fan, which I've used quite a lot in the summer and winter, to be honest, because this room gets really warm. Speaking of the warm, this case has very good cooling, and I'm not joking. This case is extremely good cooling. I need to. Does it say what my temperature processor is at? No. But as you can tell, very good cooling. My graphics card, which is a Nvidia GeForce 640 card, it's running at 38 degrees, and it's boiling in here, just because the radiator's on, and only because it's winter and the radiator's on, because it was really cold in here one day. But I can either have it on or off, so it's either freeze or boil. So I chose to boil. To be honest, I'd rather go for freeze. Anyway, this computer now. The case on this computer, about the temperature of it, not as good, just because it's a compact case. The specs on this computer, let me bring up the specs on here while I'm still recording my voice. Properties. There we go. Let's pop that onto this monitor. Right. Processor is a Core i5 4690K at 3.5 gigahertz. Before you ask, yes and no, the processor in this computer is better than the one in this computer. And we're going to tell you a bit of a story behind that in a sec. 4 gigabytes of memory. I had 4 gigs laying around, so I decided to just shove it in here. This is basically what you call a budget computer, in where it was supposed to be, but kind of went the other way. And the graphics card is, because I've got dual monitors. I wasn't originally going to have a graphics card because the graphics card I had lying around was not as good as the actual integrated with this processor. But when I looked at the motherboard, it didn't come with a DVI slot. It came with just VGA and HDMI, which I doesn't really go well for me because I have two VGA monitors. This one connects this computer through VGA, by the way, and that one through DVI. I'm not really doing good with the camera, but oh well. So that's what basically. So I had to put a graphics card in there so I could use the DVI, the second input for this computer. I use a DVI to VGA adapter to get the both views working. I'd build the computer out, but I'm kind of full hands with the phone at the moment, and I'll probably drop somewhere. Plus, I'm recording. So the processor. When I built this computer literally about 2 weeks ago. It's been running up and running for 2 weeks, and I decided to order the CD drive, which is an Asus drive. You probably can't see because it's quite dark under there. I'll try and get some pictures of it for the beginning of the video. So it's an Asus drive. I've got that for about 20 quid. The case was about 40 quid. The motherboard was about 40 odd quid, and the processor was 40 quid. So you're probably thinking now, 40 quid for an i5? What website did you get that from? I got it from Amazon. Basically what happened was, I decided I wanted to have a budget computer. So I did a load of research, and I wanted to have a budget under £200. Yes, I know I can't get a good computer out of that, but I really just wanted it. I wanted the computer just to be able to like check my emails, do like word processing, basically all the office stuff, which an Intel Pentium is fine of doing. But when it came to the unboxing the processor, they didn't send me an Intel Pentium, they sent me the Core i5 instead. Luckily, it was the same socket, it was the same 1150 socket that motherboard supports, so I kind of got lucky there, because if they sent me an i5, it could have been for like a socket for this computer, which is an 1155 socket, and this one's 1150. So I got quite lucky there. I only paid 40 quid. They didn't overcharge me for it. Well, let's face it, they did undercharge me. But I didn't pay extra for the mess cock up. So I've been using that Core i5 in here. I've not decided. I was originally thinking about, I got the i5. Since it's a better processor, let's put my new motherboard into this computer and put the i3 in here. That is my first thought immediately when I saw the i5. But there's two reasons why. I think there's probably more than two. There's a few reasons why I didn't go with that. The first reason is laziness. I can't be bothered unscrewing that motherboard, that processor, removing everything from that motherboard from there, because I've got quite a lot of things plugged into that board. I can't be bothered doing that, messing about with all that. And because that means, like, technically I was building 2 computers in a day, which is something I'm too lazy to do. The second reason is, now that I've got the i5 processor in here, I can basically do a lot more advanced tasks with this machine if this one's like rendering. So let's say this computer was rendering a YouTube video. I could then use this computer to then do some like Photoshop work. Like I can make the what you call it? I can make the what's the word? I can make the thumbnail for that's it, thumbnail. So I can do all that on Photoshop. I can even do like a tiny bit of video editing on this, because I do have some Adobe programs. Basically, that's basically it. So yeah, so all them programs take a lot of advantage with that Core i5. So I'd rather have 2 very powerful computers rather than one extremely powerful computer. Well, not extremely, but like quite high powerful, and one that's just alright. Because a lot research tells me that there's only a 10% difference between an i3 and a Pentium. So that's that reason. Hard drives in this computer. I should go through the hard drives for that one as well, but I'll do that. This is not a planned video. This computer's got 2 hard drives. It's got a 250 gig Crucial SSD, very nice SSD. Scores a 7.9 on the Windows Experience Index. If I show you in a sec, I'm not doing a very good job with the camera work. So that's the Windows Experience Index for this computer. If you can roughly make that, I'd do it on this computer, but because it's Windows 8.1, they've got rid of it. So excuse me. That's the scores. Very nice computer, very quick. So I've got 2 hard drives plugged in here. Originally I only had the SSD, but then I thought I have a spare 80 gig 2.5-inch drive knocking around. I could mod this case, because I could have put another fan there, or I could have put another another fan in there, but I decided to make some holes in the bottom of this case and put another hard drive in. So with this case I've got a SSD located around here, well, round here where these 3 holes are, and I've got the other hard drive laid, can't see that, at the bottom of the case under where the graphics card is. So that's how my hard drives mount. Not really the best way to mount it, but because it's like far away from each other, but hey ho, it works. And basically for that hard drive I store just like all my offline files that I need, like the audio for this video, of DVDs, and that slideshows that I might want to play. Basically big files that are too big to back up onto my server when logging off, because this computer is part of a Active Directory, which is run through a Windows server down there. Alright, it's not a server, it's a netbook, but hey ho, you get the point, it works. So because I've got a few more computers, I've got a couple more laptops that I maintain and log on quite a lot. So basically I've got one big profile, which then every time I log off it copies all the information from the SSD when profile is saved onto this bank of hard drives. So basically this hard drive stores everything that's too big to back up onto the server. Because this is my second computer, and like because I do a lot of project works, secondary project works, I just save everything on there. So that's what that's for. That hard drive's for. The server is it's not best spec. So I've got Intel Atom processor with 2 gigabytes of DDR2 memory, and Windows Server 2008. Nothing too spectacular, but it works. Does what I want it to do. Right. The next part is the this video now, I think, is going to be the software side. And well, I'll discuss the hard drives on this computer. I'll go through the software on this computer. Then I'll go through the software on this computer, and then that's it. I kind of done the keyboard and mouse peripherals part at the same time as this. This keyboard's alright. It's a keyboard at the end of the day. It's not brilliant. It's not awful. It's nothing like this keyboard though. However, it's kind of more. It's easier to use just because it's got. It's not like compact in any way. It's got every single button. Alright, so the hard drives in this computer. Go through them all. I've got a 120 gig SSD, which is a Crucial SSD, which I got pretty much 2 years ago when I first built this computer. I've got a 111 gig, well 120 gig technically, Toshiba drive, which came from an old PS3, because the Blu-ray drive died in that, and I just decided, whether I felt about swapping the drives out, I'll just get a new PS3. So I took the hard drive out of that, the new one, put my old hard drive in the new one, then I took the new one, formatted it, and I used that for my Premiere scratch discs, which is that one there. Not really full up, but it does have some stuff in it that Premiere's dumped in there, as you can see. Basically all that crap. I've got a 1 TB Western Digital green video drive. I'll probably get people saying to me, "Don't you need to use a faster drive than the green drives?" Yes, you can. Technically you should do, but to me, I'm not that bothered. Really. Pictures. I've got another 1 TB drive for pictures. I don't use that. I've not got that many pictures. I've used about 42 gig basically of this drive. I won't use that put a smaller drive for pictures in, just because I got good expandability. If anything, I need a bigger video hard drive because that's nearly halfway. It technically is halfway. Then I've got a 500 gig Western Digital Blue drive, which is used for Steam, Origin, and page files for Windows. So it's kind of like a gaming / dump drive. I could technically move the page file drives to this drive now, but I'm too lazy to do it. It works, so I don't want to interfere with it. So that's the hard drives on this computer. Right, the programs on this computer. I use this computer just basically only for graphics work, like whether it's Photoshop or video editing. I only use this computer for this work. So I've got fences, so I've got my desktop nicely organised. So I've got my graphics there. Just take a look at the programs I've got. Then I've got video there, so that's all like my video stuff. OS, so that's all my programs that I'm used for the computer. And I do have Microsoft Office on here just in case, but I don't use Office on here. If I'm going to use Office, it's going to be on here. Like it's 2010 on here, and I've used it like never. Used it probably about once just to do that article. Here I've got web, so these are all my web apps. Like I've got Skype, Google Chrome, dreaded Internet Explorer, and Firefox. Then I've got this is basically my hard drives. Here I've got some of my games. Still need to put some more games on here, like Grand Theft Auto 4. So yeah. Here I've got little monitors. So these two monitors come really useful for when gaming. Like if I start lagging in game, I look at my GPU. I look at these two monitors to see what my processing my graphics card's doing. So it comes really handy in case I lag, so I know which one I need to turn on. Like if it's the processor that's lagging, I try and turn VSync off. And 9 times out of 10 that does fix the issue. And up here I got a clock type thing just because I thought it was nice. My background's nothing special. It's only I actually downloaded this background and I edited it a bit. Like put in Photoshop, I basically I've rendered in a cloud background. So I've got like this cloud effect, if you can tell. And I also typed my name in and I did some adjustments to that, so it kind of blends in with the background. I like it. It works. Pretty much the same thing on my stamp screen. Everything's labelled the same. So yeah. Programs on this computer now. This computer's got a load more programs just because I do a lot more on this computer. Obviously it's got Adobe Audition because that's what I'm using it to record the video. I'm going to be editing the video on this computer, but the only reason why I'm recording it on this computer is because I don't want this wire being trailed from that computer. I'd rather have it trailing from this computer so it's a bit more out of the way. So I've got just basically I've got invoicing software just because I've done a few invoices before for certain services I've done. CCleaner, Defraggler, Epson drives for my printer. Kudo for games development because I used that in college. Google Chrome, Java, because me and niece, so like most Tuesdays, I take this computer downstairs, plug it into the TV, so my niece can go on Minecraft. So I use that, so that's why I've got Java on here. Media, I've got Windows Movie Maker 2.6, just because I needed it for part of my assignment for college. Plus I've got a few of the Adobe programs, like Premiere, Photoshop, Illustrator, Flash Builder, Flash, Fireworks, Dreamweaver, Bridge, Media Encoder, Audition, and After Effects. I've also got Microsoft Web Expression because I need that for a certain unit. Microsoft Office 2013, along with Visio. Nothing really in there. Skype, that's basically it, and Specky, which I can just quickly launch for you. So yeah, as you can see, it's not a cool computer. Processor is quite warm. Might need to replace the thermal paste because it wasn't the best thermal paste I used. So that's the software on this computer. I've also got the same monitors. Just finally down here, can't really see. This here, if you can see my finger, this is a wireless access point. This is a network switch, which so I can have multiple Ethernet devices. And here I've got a load of CD wallets, and I've got 2 sets of blank DVDs, which I could do some more of because both nearly finished. So I think that wraps up this video. I think the next video I shall be doing will be a Let's Play GTA 4 walkthrough video. I have played GTA 4, but first time on PC. I've given it a short go, but I shall start it off from the very beginning, so it'll be a thorough Let's Play. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Kind of a tiny bit different than I normally do, but yeah, have a nice evening, well, or day, whatever time you watch this video. I shall see you soon, well, in the next video. Bye.